today. Going to do a 14 Mazda CX-5 Prox in Swan Lake. Then we are going to Ellenville to do a couple of cars. We got a 13 Explorer we have to do a door key for, and an 02 Civic. Then I have 5 or 6 door closers in Lock Sheldrake I have to install. And then while I'm in Lock Sheldrake, we're going to do that other job that rolled over from yesterday, which is the combination lock, a few locks rekeyed, and just basic stuff like that. Anyway, let's get rolling. It's already 1:15. Alright, so there's our CX-5 in front of us. I'm literally an inch out in the road. I can't pull in any further because there's nothing cleaned out here very well. Anyway, let's get this thing done. Alright, so I'm going to pick this Mazda. Gotta bear with me because I kind of got a camera in my way. If it bounces like 3, leave it alone. 4 is rigid, pick it. 5 bouncing, leave it alone. 6 bouncing. 7 is bouncing. 8's a bounce. 9's bouncing. 10 is rigid. You get that little tiny bit of, if it bounces the slightest little bit like that, leave it alone, but this is rigid. So just pick it. And I rock this a little bit. Rigid. Pick it. See the movement? And you gotta bear with me. It is freezing out here today. Now 3 is rigid. Pick it. See, now it begins to bounce. Got that little bit of bounce in it, so leave it. Bounce. 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 Rock it a little bit. Five is rigid. Pick it. Bounce. There we go. That's picked. Your cuts are going to be 4, 1, 2, 5, 'That's kind of funky, a 2 or a 3, 8, clearly a 3, 9 is kind of in between a 2 or a 3, and 10 is clearly a 1. Alright, let's run this on a fill program and see what we get. Alright, so I ran the fill on this, and even with the 2s and 3s, comes up with 11469 for a code, one possibility. So let's try cutting that and see what we end up with. Alright, so I just chucked this up with the shoulder stop. I'm going to take this out now because this is tough one-handed. You're going to choose vehicles. Mazda CX-5. Enter. Codes 11469. Enter, enter, and yeah, I already pulled the shoulder stop out, so you can just hit cut, and it's going to ask me if I removed it. Yes, And we're gonna let this thing cut and do its thing. All right, so this is our key. This is a MZ31. And that key is good. All right, now we can cut the Prox emergency keys and we can program this. All right, so we're programming in 2 OEM fobs in this. This is a 14 CX-5. Just to show you, these are both dead. Not, well, they're not dead, they're not functioning. First thing we're gonna do, choose Mazda. Agree. Sorry about the shine, it's crazy with the sun. Go by vehicle. North America. This is a CX-5 smart key 216. I'm gonna switch the ignition on. Take all the keys out of the car. Stick them up here on the roof. 10 seconds. We're gonna hold this start button. There we go.
Leader in prompt, professional, personalized transportation.
Shut the radio off. And do the little smart keys lost. Yes. Alright, I forgot to show you that these emergency keys are not OEM keys and they rattle in there. That's that key. And that's that key. So now if I take this and I put this one up on the roof, and this key is just in the car, we can hit the brake. And it starts with this one. That one is good. You can shut it off. I'll take this key, put that one up on the roof, grab the other one, step on the brake. We are done with this one, and we're going to go to Ellenville and do the other two. All right, so this car is done. Everybody keeps asking me about my key tags nonstop. These are thick vinyl plastic. I leave them white on the back so that I can write on them with a Sharpie. And that is the exact key tag. And these are just like the like if you go to a gym or something like that, or any of your shopping centers, it's just really thick plastic. I've had one on my key ring for probably 3 years and the thing is like brand new. I'm just starting to get a little peel on the edge of it. And these come from pbp2000.com, and they have a whole locksmith section, just so I don't keep getting so many questions on these things. If not, I can refer them to this because I can't really post websites and things like that. But anyway, this Mazda's done and we're moving on. All right, so we took care of that 14 Mazda CX-5. I keep hitting with my phone, it keeps reverting back to photo rather than video. I don't know why it keeps doing that. But anyway, I'm gonna have to look at it and figure out how to set it where it's, you know, when I turn my phone on, it goes to video rather than camera all the time. Right, it's my own fault. But anyway, I'm going to try to do some more Lishi reads for you guys because I know a lot of guys are having problems with it. I get a ton of emails from you guys. I'm not going to say any names or anything. And I know it's just so many people have the Lishi problems. If you kind of watch the videos and you see somebody actually like physically do it, it makes it a lot easier for guys to comprehend rather than, you know, I'm trying to get them clear so you can see them well. You know, I'm trying not to make blurry videos and stuff like that. I just bought a new super magnet to go on the side of cars. It's got rubber on the bottom and everything just so I can, you know, I'm looking to help you guys along to kind of, you know, my thing is like share the knowledge, man. So many of these old timers held this so close to their chest that locksmithing is becoming a dying trade because, you know, nobody can pick up on it. I mean, right now, to be for me to be a fully established locksmith, you got to go spend, you know, for inventory, if you want to stock pretty much well, not everything that's out there, because you're never going to have everything, but you know, a lot of a really good inventory, you know, the machines to do it, the Lishis to do it. You know, when I started, it was, you know, hey, pull a door panel and you know, pull an ignition, you know, pick this, pick that. It wasn't easy. Believe me, Lishi and Easy Reader and everything else made life a whole lot easier throughout the years. And you know, like Abel made the GM picks for the you know, for the ignitions and stuff like that, where you take the pressure off the springs. But anyway, I'm going to try to do some more videos for you guys that kind of put it a little bit more hands-on and makes it easier for you to comprehend from all the guys that are having issues with Lishi. Or you can go to Just Cars and take the class there. I mean, if you want to learn, that's a perfect example. I think it's coming up in Vegas this year, if I'm not mistaken. You can always check out the Just Cars site. I'm not sure. I think it's still Jim Hetchler that does everything, or his son took it over. I'm not 100% sure anymore. It's been a while since I did Just Cars. My last one was the one here in New York that they did. But anyway, yeah, get on there, check that out. Go hit up some Just Cars shows. They're great for you. And anything you can learn. I mean, just be a sponge. Absorb all of this stuff. But anyway, we're going to go to Ellenville. We're going to do this this Ford Explorer. They have keys for it. They don't have an emergency key, or they have an emergency key and it doesn't work. Who knows? Might just need a shot of oil and to you know, just might be that typical thick Ford grease, and it's got everything bound up. And we're going to do an 02 Civic while we're down there. Anyway, I'll be back with you guys here shortly. All right, so we pulled into this dealer here. We're going to take care of this, I think it's a 14 Explorer. They just need a door key for it. All right, so I almost brain farted on this car because these, if you notice, look at the speedometer. Certified calibration. This has the old lollipop light on it. Some old radio stuff. So this truck is not chipped because it's a police vehicle. I plugged in, I was just about to program it. Then I noticed this truck is not chipped because it's an ex-police car. So that's that key. And that's the other key. So this doesn't need to be programmed, just the remotes, if it'll actually accept the remotes. It does have power door locks. They just wanted 2 extra keys for it. I almost brain farted on that one. All right, and this thing being a ex-police car, it doesn't have the globe up there. It's just a blank spot, and it has no keyless entry on the outside. So when you open this, unlock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No door lock cycle, so it's not going to program remotes. I tried it 20 different ways, it doesn't work. All right, so this is the 13 Explorer. This has 3 through 10 in the door, and we're gonna pick this and read this out. That's that. Let me set you up at a better angle. Okay, so this Explorer is a 13. It's going to have 3. See, there's nothing in 2 or in 1. So space 3 is going to be a 2. 4 is a 1. 5 is a 2. 6 is a 1. 7 is a 3, and 8 is a 4. Let's cut that out, and this is probably fleet keyed for being an old police car. So I just ran a quick fill, 1269X. I already checked up the key. I'm just going to cut this quick, and we'll check it. All right, so this thing, being a police car, there's a lock in the driver's door. Of course, there is a lock in the hatch. And this also has a passenger side door lock that works on this too. Okay, that's the reason for no remotes. Alright, so that thing being an old police car, they handed me 2 keys and said, can you program the remotes in? So I cut the keys, then I looked at it, I said, well, we can't program the keys because there's no chip in the key. And then of course the remotes, they didn't need to be programmed because I tried to program them, figuring maybe it would accept the remote, but it doesn't accept the remote either. And then the driver's door, the passenger door, and the rear hatch have a cylinder in it, so that would be the reason for no remote and no keyless entry on the truck also. So anyway, that's done. We're literally going a half a mile up the road here, and we're going to do this Honda Civic. Alright, so there's our Civic in the snowbank. We're going to jump in there. We're going to Lishi read this out, and a guy just stopped me with a Chrysler 300. He needs a key also. So we're going to do that. He followed me in here, so he's running home to get the car to bring it back. Anyway, let's get doing it. Alright, so 02 Civic, we're going to pop this, and we're going to pop this cylinder. All coffeeed in there nice. That one's really in there. And we're gonna have to clean it up to see if there's a code on it. So of course this Civic is so old and dirty, I cleaned everything up and there's no code anywhere on this. So I'm gonna Lishi read this door. Alright, so we're gonna Lishi read this Civic. This thing should have, yeah, this one's gonna be 1 through 8. 1 through 7, I'm sorry. So there's nothing in 8. Alright, so we just did this Honda read. It's getting a little cold out. Honda is a Civic 98 to 02. Next code was 5359. Enter. Enter. I already checked up the key. Taking this out. Hit cut. I'll let it go. Yes, we already removed it. Alright, so I jumped over to this Chrysler 300 quick. This, his original remote does not work. Nothing on it actually works. But we're going to program in this new key. And this is an 05 Chrysler 300. Get this done so we can get out of the way. I'm trying to get this Honda vehicle. Chrysler 300, 5 to 10. It helps if I put the key in it. Read pin. Should be 3699. Is complete. Okay. Let's see if this works. Yep. Now the remote works. It's a 300C. It's got the Hemi in it. Okay. This is just a dud. I'll check the battery, but I don't think so. It doesn't feel like there's much in it. Alright, anyway, we're done with this, and I'm going to finish up this Civic. Alright, so I cut the transponder for this Honda. As you can see, it's been all ripped apart in here. No clamp or anything on it. But we do have a blinking green security light. Gonna choose Honda, agree. Immobilizer, just do automatic. Okay, ignition's on. Look, Jay's in the hood. It's freezing. It's a better angle so you can see something. Choose key. Do all keys lost. How many keys do we want? We want one. Okay. Turn off the ignition. Turn on the ignition. Off the ignition. On the ignition. We're watching that green security light up there. Yes. Security is off now. Turn off the ignition. Turn on the ignition. Key registration is complete. Security's out. This thing actually has a booster pack on it. It's buried in snow. Well, it will run. I've seen enough. As you can see, I have seen enough. We're done, and we got to go throw those closers in. All right, so we got that Civic done. That was kind of a pain in the neck there. Anyway, I'm headed back up, and we got to get these 5 or 6 closers thrown on quick. It's almost 4:30 now. Anyway, I'll be back with you. All right, so we just got to throw closers in on these doors. Nothing is done here yet, and I don't want any hardware on the doors because it's just going to get all busted up with everybody in and out with material and stuff like that. So we're just putting closers on to keep the doors closed so it stays warm in here, but I don't even know if they have heat on in here yet. Hopefully, because it is cold here right now. Anyway, let's get these put in. All right, so this upstairs is done. That closer's on there. Closer on that door over there. This is just a huge shoal. Closer there, and a closer all the way down there on that other edge side, I should say. And now we just got to put 2 downstairs, one on the front side here and one underneath down there. So here I am sitting in my truck. They're unloading all the 8-foot steel doors for the basement. So I guess we'll be killing some time for this while they're loading them into the basement of the place. All right, so we got those 6 closers done. I didn't bother filming the last 2 downstairs. I mean, everybody knows what the closer looks like on the door. But anyway, I was supposed to do that other job in Lock Sheldrake, but it's 6:30 already at night, and it's a whopping 12 degrees. So I know the other house that we have to do has no heat in it, so I'm gonna push that. I'll roll that off till tomorrow, till it's a little bit warmer. And I'm gonna head home for the night. I appreciate you guys watching, and if you like it, leave a thumbs up.